Hi, I'm Peyton Furtado.
And I'm Betsy Scaresbrick, and you're watching Study Break.
It's a show dedicated to delivering the news from students just as out of the loop as you are.
That's right, Peyton. And on that note, aren't finals coming up?
Actually, they already started.
Right. So, how are they going?
They're going okay. I actually have a final tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Ooh.
I'm not super excited about it, but I'm even less excited about trying to find a study spot after this.
Well, yeah, because everyone is on campus right now.
Yeah, everyone and their mother's trying to get a spot in the UL and Davis, so I thought it might be a good idea to just go ask students where the best study spots are.
Right, and you went and made a video about it, didn't you?
I did. We're a show by students for students, and I thought it would be best to just go straight to the source. So,
well, let's take a look.
here it is. Hey guys, it's Peyton Furtado with Study Break, and we're here on UNC's campus to find out where the best places to study are. Come on. Excuse me, miss, where do you study for finals?
In Davis.
Davis, okay.
You said where do I study? Oh man, I don't even really study like that. I'm gonna say UL mostly, and maybe a room in Davis every now and then on the 8th floor.
Do you guys know where to study for finals?
No.
No?
I'm just a kid. Good afternoon, people.
Do you know where to study for finals?
The library?
Which library?
Undergrad.
You're one of the first people to say that. Why that over Davis?
Oh, Davis is too serious.
It's too serious.
I like the UL a lot.
Okay, because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of jokey.
Yeah, sure. We rent the big study rooms and have a big, like, my friends and I.
So you're good at planning.
I guess they are. I just join a lot.
Well, a lot of people aren't as good at planning as you are.
And there's good sleeping areas in the UL.
You sleep in the library?
Almost every week.
That's how you get your stuff stolen.
No, not at this campus. Not on the East Coast.
Okay. I don't believe her.
I don't want to take finals.
Do y'all know where to study for finals?
The library.
Anywhere else?
Nope.
Loudermilk Center.
Loudermilk Center, where's that?
It's right by the football stadium.
I got one. With all the people I talked to, I was surprised no one answered the Learning Center. It's hosting its semesterly finals boot camp now through Wednesday, and if you go, you can stay focused and fed and surrounded by others in the same boat as you. Not to mention you're surrounded by Writing and Learning Center staff anytime you need help. If you want to go, you can sign up on the Learning Center's website or drop into Sasby North anytime between 12 and 5.
So, we've got our study spots on lock, but what if I don't want to study?
You mean just procrastinate?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I normally watch movies.
Okay.
I'll watch like 5 movies at a time.
How?
Well,
How?
like I'll watch I'll pull them all up, and then I'll watch 5 minutes of one, and then 4 minutes of another, and then 3 of another, and then 2, and then 1, and then I'll just keep cycling through it because I have a really hard time paying attention to one thing.
Well, then how do you finish a movie?
So I started this yesterday morning, and I haven't finished one yet.
Well, then how are you getting anything from the movies at all?
That's not the point. What do you do?
Well, I bake, personally,
okay.
yes. I like to bake breads, and I like to make muffins and cupcakes, and yesterday I made a snickerdoodle mug cake.
Okay. How do you do that?
Well, do you want to take a look?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be attempting to make snickerdoodle mug cakes. Now, I've never made this recipe before, but mug cakes are super easy, super quick, and usually delicious. So, let's give it a shot. Now comes the best part, time to try the mug cake. So let's dig in. That's pretty good. I would say the only thing I would do differently would maybe be a taller mug as opposed to a wide mug, but very delicious, very easy to make. The recipe comes from fivehearthome.com, and I'm calling this a success.
Yeah, that looked really good.
I was pretty pleased with it. It turned out much better than I was expecting.
Well, that's not saying much. It's a mug cake.
Right. It can also be store-bought, but it's easy to make in your dorm. So that's why I thought it was a good idea.
Okay. Well, what about dealing with overwhelming stress, like chronic stress that finals might make worse? How do you deal with that?
So we're not experts, but my friend Nikhil Rao is part of the mental health committee with student government, and he's here to give us some tips on how to cope with that stress and good mental health practices.
Hi, Nikhil.
Come on, Nikki.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
How are you
Of course.
doing?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good.
All right.
So tell us a little bit about the mental health committee with the student government.
Yeah, sure. So we mostly work on policy-related issues that like sort of bar students' access to mental health services on campus. So, for example, we're working on creating peer support groups, and we actually launched that initiative this year because we know that it can be hard to find time to like go off campus and like find a provider, and so that was like one reason that we wanted to start that, to like increase access to mental health resources. Yeah, and so we just work on projects like that throughout the year.
That's awesome.
What are some common mental health issues students might come to you with?
Yeah, sure. So I think that one of the most common mental illnesses that college students face are like anxiety disorders, and as well as eating disorders. I think those are probably two of the most prevalent mental illnesses in college students, but there is sort of a wide representation of everything.
Right. So with anxiety disorders, that can be really triggered during stressful times like finals.
Exactly.
So what are some good mental health practices, good ways to cope with this stress during finals?
Sure. So something that I like to do is I always like to try to make sure to find time to exercise and take care of my body during these stressful times, because one, I know that my brain is not going to work its best, right, if my body isn't feeling good. But second, I know that I am, and I don't know if you all can speak to this at all, but I know that I'm much more susceptible to stress when I'm tired or I'm hungry. And so just making sure that I'm surrounding myself with all of the things I need for my body to thrive so my mind can thrive as well.
That's awesome.
So just taking care of yourself.
Exactly, right? We hear like one of the most important things about self-care is not only just making sure that like we're doing things that directly help just like our minds take a break, but also sort of recognizing the connection between our mind and our body and how like our body state can actually make a huge impact on our mind.
That's awesome. And the mental health committee is such a huge resource for people to come to you with these kinds of things and to find information. So where can we contact you? Where can we find you guys?
Yeah, sure. So you can find us on the UNC Student Government Executive Branch website. And under that page, there should be a list of all the committees, and Mental Health Committee is one of them. And you can find my email and also my co-chair Jordan Garrick's email as well. And please feel free to reach out to us with any questions.
Okay, thank you
Awesome.
so much
Thank
for coming
you.
on the
Yeah.
show. It was good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
All right, thanks, Nikki.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's it from us here at Study Break. I'm Peyton Furtado.
And I'm Betsy Scaresbreak. Thank you for procrastinating with us.
Yeah, good luck with finals.
If you have any. I don't.